Good morning from Recife, Brazil.
Yes.
Now we are off on a grand adventure today, a full day, double city exploration with DoBrazilRight.
So far, Brazil has done us right.
Yeah, so we'll do a little exploration of Recife, some of Olinda, and just see what the heck we can see.
It's a nice long tour, so lots to see and do, and we're very excited about it.
All right, let's eat and get it started, y'all.
Let's do it.
Our standard breakfast, we are good. So the gangway was deck A forward. Let's wiggle down here. He said it was about a 100-yard walk over gravel to get to this mandatory shuttle. Not too bad. And over. They've got kind of a little skywalk here connecting these couple of buildings. We're making our way over to what looked like a newer building now. Oh, just out the front door, we have found our guide. There's our ride for the day. So we're starting with Olinda. We've made our way up the hill for about a 20-minute stop here at a convent. There was a monastery on the itinerary, but he said that is under renovation, so this is the replacement stop. But he said he thinks this is better.
Beautiful.
This site is now a museum, so they said hats and whatnot are fine in here. So typically 5 reals for admission, but that is included in our tour. We're going to make our way around the structure here. Ooh, nice breezes outside.
We have two fruits here. One is called HAL.
Well, there's the view from the edge of the terrace. He said we're going to have much better views in this direction later on, but we'll come appreciate this one.
Because yeah, it's a big sea. It's basically what's around the city.
We've got a lot of intricate tile work out here.
This is the cloister, right?
Cloister.
This is where
All this original sandstone for the columns.
What happened in all these churches that we have in Olinda, they were all destroyed when the Dutch attacked us in 1630. And then they would build it again.
So I think we're going to take a peek in some of these chapels around this sort of courtyard area.
Like the school room, the classroom.
Well, this is the chapel of the chapter, as the signage says. Oh, look at this tile work over there. I swear I've seen that or replicas of that somewhere else.
Look at this.
This is the Hall of Philosophers. Oh, I didn't even look at the ceiling. I'm too busy looking at the stuff on the walls. This whole place is a work of art. Oh, I don't even know what to look at first. Okay, let's just look at everything.
Okay. This will be on devoted to Mother Mary. She has Jesus on her arms on the center of the altar. And we would have a side chapel. Jesus being circumcised.
Oh, they've got depiction of Jesus being circumcised in here.
Saint Roch. Okay, Roch. Jacaranda wood, the black Brazilian wood is the hardest wood we have. So Olinda has many carnival groups. This flag here is similar to any other carnival group. They would have the name of the group. But the Franciscan convent, they don't have a carnival group, okay? So this was just a homage to the carnival.
Well, this little section over here is where the priest would wash his hands before the Mass. Then he would go out into the crowd, collect all their sins, and come back in here and wash his hands again. Wash them away. Oh, yeah. They have the before tap and the after tap.
So now the next chapel.
So Santa Ana Chapel.
These Portuguese blue tiles, all of them we are seeing in. They're considered the most rare types, especially because of the way they would cut it, all that. So that's very rare to find.
Oh, you can see the ceiling in here is kind of faded, but you can still make out the scenes up there.
Australia, because when they made it, it's Australia, they didn't know that it existed, okay?
All right, back to the ride. Next up, we are going to visit the cathedral. We've also got some viewpoints over here to the right, but we're staying ahead of those mass tour group buses today. We're going to gather over here and do some learning before we go in. Then we actually get some free time in this town. So the church was destroyed by the Dutch, but these sections are still original. I guess you can see the seashells and stuff embedded in there from the construction. All right, let's wander inside this beauty. So this cathedral will be a no-hat zone. Looks like 6 reals typically for admission here, but all these fees are included today.
Men stay in the bar while the wives are shopping.
Cathedral de Se is the name of this place.
Bishops, they run the mass.
We've got St. Anthony, little baby Jesus. We're going to do some walking now out to the gorgeous view. There's the gorgeous view. So there's the only section with those blue tiles in here. I think this is the ones on the floor are original. You can kind of see they're beat up and not restored, but that's because they're, you know, from the 1500s. Yeah. This table was a gift from, I think he said, the Queen of Portugal. Another original piece in here. Let's make our way out to the terrace. Now, our guide said you have to step out here and say, "Oh, Linda," because, you know, Linda, of course, being beautiful. It's kind of how they chose to name this town. A beautiful place to start a town. I like the modern in the background. Sort of the more vintage looking in the foreground. So from here, we're going to do a nice little stroll over to a cafe where the free time will start. We've got some shops over in that direction. Looks like we're going to hang a left, head this way. Some cute photo ops. An artisanal market. He said if folks don't really want to do any wandering around, you can just wait at the cafe and have some refreshments. Oh, all these little kiosks sell tapioca.
That they heat it up on a panel.
That's like a pancake.
And then it melts together like a pancake, and then they put shredded coconut inside and shredded cheese.
I'm not sure if these stands spring to life later or if this is just because we're here on a Monday, but he said we should be able to find some of that at this cafe. Oh, big observatory right there. Hey, we can see our ship from here. So this is going to be our meeting point. We've got shops. He said there's a ton of shops over in that building. A little cafe right here. Restrooms. About 30 minutes of free time. They have orange hats here. Okay, I love this place. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, some different types of alcohol and things. Maybe some look infused with fruit. Well, they do have changing rooms here in case we want to try on any of the fabulous apparel. Oh, or maybe we can play with puppets too. Well, across the street over here, this looks to be maybe a museum about their Carnival. We've learned this is not really much of a samba zone. They're very much into, well, they have their own style of music. You'll hear almost everything but samba. Come back over toward the cafeteria now. We don't really need to make this a food stop because we do have a proper buffet, I guess, that we're going to be visiting as part of the tour. And it's one of those, I think he says you pay by the weight of the food that you put on your plate. Uh-oh. We've all gathered together again with the guide. We're going to continue in this direction, away from the cathedral. We've made our way back down to Recife proper. Oh, we've got a theater over there, some halls of justice. We're gonna go this way and do some learning. I think he said this is called Republic Square. There is the Palace of the Governor. We're gonna make a crossover to. Ooh, I do love maps. Okay, so this is where the governor works, and I guess she is here today doing work.
The people of Pernambuco are known as the Northern Lions because of our braveness, because of our fighting spirit for independence, for republic, for abolition of slavery.
One of the oldest elevators in Brazil. Oh, there it goes.
The governor used to live here, okay?
So a very quick peek around in here. We'll head back out. See, our guide was clever. He saw that there was a big group gathered over here where we wanted to go in the shade, and so we just kind of killed some time until they left.
The city was called during the Dutch period Mauritsstad, which means the city of Mauritius in Dutch.
So from here we can see the theater over there, the pink building again. They've got the state courthouse over there, the other yellow building. We're getting ready to go learn more about a baobab tree.
It's a piece of their home.
It's an African tree that came over with the slaves.
If you see on African tribes, got these big tree in the center of these tribes or these villages. Normally it's a baobab tree. It has a
They can be up to 3,000 years old.
But this one is only 200, so it's just a teenager.
You can extract a red dye.
Oh, we've got a Brazil wood tree over here, which is where the red dye used to come from back in the day. All right, time to head back to the vehicle. We're off to prison next. I mean, fortunately, it's a shopping complex built into an old prison. So welcome to prison. All right, first thing, figure out how to break in. All right, I think our guide is running up there to teach us how to break into prison. So this is about a 30-minute stop, and the good thing about this place is the products here are all supposed to be made within this state of Brazil. So we're looking for lots of locally made goodies. Oh, they got snacks right here at the entrance. So every little cell is a different shop. We're going to find our meeting point up here, and then begins the free time. So there are 4 wings in here named after the compass points. The meeting point is going to be right here in the middle. So here down the east wing, there is still an original cell set up, which these were designed for 3 prisoners, but at one point held as many as 10. So I think we'll start there. Oh, cell 106. All right, let's see if we can peek in here. So yeah, that's pretty cramped quarters here. Now, let's start looking at some of these other cells and see if anything strikes our fancy. Oh, we've seen orange hats. Oh my gosh, we could get some crocheted bikinis. This is a representation of what it looked like when it was a jail. And they do have restrooms on each wing of this place, which is nice. Yeah, a lot of folks are in the shops making things right here on the spot. I see earrings, lots of knits, crochets, lace, amazing, spectacular hats. Looks like some Carnival culture or something down here. Well, Dee has come away with a necklace. We'll have to get into that later because it's time to get back to the meeting spot. And our tour today does include bottled water, so I think we'll grab one of those upon re-entering the van. Welcome to the beach. We have come down to the Voyage area. Little kiosk here where we have the option of getting a coconut. Looked like on the signage it was about 5 reals for a coconut, so just under $1. Well, pleasant surprise. They have included 1 coconut per person in the tour.
And these are more hydrating than just water, they say. So.
Ah, refreshing.
Cheers.
Tink.
It's so sweet. Literally.
So a 10-minute stop here just for some refreshment before we head to lunch. Now, one thing you might have heard about Recife in this area is the sharks. And yes, here's some signage. So whereas the beach we were at yesterday, swimming was fine. Here, it is strongly discouraged to, do water sports, things like that. I guess you can bathe, hop in for a quick wet, as it were, but don't tarry and be careful.
Nobody's in the water, you know why.
You can definitely see we've crossed from the old city over here into the more hustly, bustly, modern skyscraper city now. Yeah, there's a lot of water in a coconut, but that was fantastic. All right, off to lunch. Oh, look at this giant cow statue. I hope that is an indicator of things to come. I'm ready for some meats. So we're gonna come up here and receive a card where they can track our food. Oh, there's a whole wonderland of food to explore. When you're done eating, you bring your card over here to the cashier to get it stamped, so they will release you from the restaurant. Oh, they have a whole cachaça bar right here where you can kind of open up your appetite a little bit, try different flavors.
Yeah, the different flavors.
Vanilla is
Coconut.
cinnamon, right?
The cinnamon is this one.
Whoa, he said the plates were big. That is a big plate. So they've got sushi. I think I'm going to try to keep it a little more local. Here's some of the good stuff. Y'all, this is fun. I can get in trouble here.
A stewed chicken and a caramelized banana so far.
Oh, they do have a whole salad bar. I don't think I need a salad today. Ding, 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 ding. We have found a winner. All right, I'm not exactly sure what all we got, but we are going to enjoy. And of course, we had to try their caipirinhas made with the pitu cachaça. All right, I'm making my second pass, and the second pass is for dessert. Oh, they have brigadeiro. Oh, cakes and custards and brigadeiros. Oh my. Holy cow, what a meal. All right, time to load up in the van for more fun. We have come to our last official stop, but it is quite the comprehensive stop. So it's about an hour of wandering around. We're going to go over to Ground Zero, where the city started. Then we've got some museum excitement coming our way. Some kind of constructification going on over there. There's a big sculpture park across the way. I guess you can catch boat tours over there. There are roads that lead over there. He said some brave people swim over there. But there is an official symbol of Recife now, the giant lotus crystal tower. Yeah, look at all this architecture, including this big modern piece over here. So right out here in the middle is the official Ground Zero mark. There we have it. Ground Zero, Kilometer Zero. Dee's done it. She's there. Oh gosh, that stage construction. Now we'll stroll down what appears to be a pedestrian road. Oh, this street used to be riverfront, but it has been since landfilled, and all these colorful buildings are here, kind of reminding me of, I don't know, Amsterdam or Curaçao or something with that kind of history. Anyway, let's come look at some museums. So we have got the Museum of Giant Carnival Dolls. That's cool. Right here on the street of Good Jesus. Oh my word, okay. So lots of celebrities that we will probably recognize in these giant dolls. So we got the sports section, including Messi himself, of course. Wow. Oh, I see. It went from the Beatles to David Bowie and Queen. And speaking of Queen, we got the King and Queen. That's right. What is going on? All right, we've got Yoda. Here's the, what's the thing's name from Saw? I don't know.
Jigsaw.
Okay, that works. Chucky.
The Joker.
I'm Batman. This is fun. So people put these on, I guess, in the carnival parades and go around wearing these.
Probably heavy.
Welcome to your nightmare. Okay. All right, we're gonna go do some learning. It looks like Post Malone. I think he has more tattoos these days, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so people wear these, we're learning. Like this basically sits on your shoulders, so I guess your head is around here, and all of this is just gigantic tallness. Wow. And this guy back here, I guess, was the first big doll of Olinda. Let's take a stroll down the musician section since I kind of missed that on the way in. Oh yes, all the way around to the Beatles. Amy Winehouse. I see Elvis. I see Michael. Alright, let's sham on out of here. The street got its name from this church that used to be here that had an arch of good Jesus. There we go. Now, one of the stops on the tour is typically a synagogue, but unfortunately, on Monday, the synagogue is closed. But this structure now serves as sort of a synagogue history museum when it's open. The wandering continue.
This is a bar, and the bar, which is not open because it's Monday, they put all these seats around here, so a lot of people here, they got live music, and they advertise the different haunted stories about Recife. For example, the Dead Bride.
Gosh, a haunted bar. Okay, let's get away from that place.
This is where we are right here.
There's the word frevo. That is the local folk dance that they specialize in for Carnival. Oh, we've reached our other museum. Oh, we've got another dose of Carnival culture.
Rock, and you get that music you're hearing. He's called Sheep Science.
So this is bringing in a lot of like native influence, indigenous, a lot of African influence. And we did learn that there used to be a giant like Zeppelin landing station here in Recife, and when they were making their crossing, I guess, from, you know, Europe or places like that, this was usually one of their first stops. Oh, now we're going to get a cultural presentation. May be small, but they are packed with a lot of history and a lot of excitement. Well, from here, time to head back to the van and head back to the ship. Oh yeah, water time. very short ride back to the port. Now we just roll through here and pick up a shuttle bus back to the ship. Welcome back. Recife. Hey, y'all, we're hot. We're sweaty. Guess what time it is?
Go work out.
Yuck, y'all.
Day 1.
Of our 5-day cycle.
Right.
We keep repeating and repeating.
We kind of do almost 7 days a week. So, that's fun.
That's true. All right, let's go. So here we have Dee's purchase of the day. Nice red stone necklace. Let's see, it looks darker on the camera than it does with my eye. Let's lighten it up. That's a little better. So this was approximately 10 or 11 USD back at the market.
So this evening, I am trying to wear the lightest color clothing I can because I've been so hot all day. No, I'm just kidding. But it did kind of turn out like that. So the shirt is from Maurice's. It's the Atwood blouse style. I think they still have these. They do multiple patterns, but I just got a white one. The pants, the trousers are from Target. New this year. The shoes are from Primark. The necklace is from Walmart. Also new this year. And that's it.
Good evening, y'all, and welcome to this.
Fresh and clean.
That's right. So let's jump back and talk about our day. Did we do Brazil right once again?
We did. It's been amazing, all of the tours we've had with them so far, but today was really special. I don't know. It was just we got to see so much of the 2 different towns in a 7-hour tour, which sounds like a lot, but it didn't seem like extremely overly too long.
No, because I mean we were warm out there, but sometimes when you're all hot and you're just like, oh, get me back to the ship and stuff. Which, speaking of, I'm a walking advertisement for wearing sunscreen.
You did wear sunscreen.
I did, it
just melted off.
No, I didn't put it on until halfway through the day. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway,
yeah, it'll be okay. I'll heal. But yeah, great overall. I enjoyed. All right, let's see. I got to do it again because learning to pronounce these Portuguese letters has been interesting. So Recife and Olinda. That one's a little easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say monastery. The monastery was under renovation, but the convent and the churches and.
I didn't know what to expect, and I just really appreciated that we had, in the morning, we got to see the older history area, which was not supposed to be in the morning, but I do like that he knew that the buses were all headed there, and he was like, let's go there first and get that done before it got too crowded. Smart. So that's one good thing about independent tours is they're a little more, they can switch things up a little bit more. Flexible, that's the word.
We stayed one jump ahead of the ship tours.
It was great. And Leonardo, our tour guide, was fantastic, so knowledgeable about the area. We got to have fresh coconut water.
That was nice.
And the buffet we do pay for on your own, but it was really a nice option to have a sit-down lunch that was great.
Yeah, so fantastic. I'll throw the link for DoBrazilRight down in the bottom. Yeah, we got some more of their tours coming up, y'all, so stay tuned. I guess now let's just keep it going. Come on.
Let's go.
All right, dinner man, let's do this. Settle in for a little bit of work before Rolling Stones music trivia. I'm pretty sure we can't get no satisfaction from this trivia, but we're gonna try. Anyway. Boom room. We have come back to the cabin to find, we've got one relaxed chocolate and one serene chocolate. And our paper for tomorrow, C-Day. And a remote. Good night, y'all. I'm still here and I'm still red. It's okay. Aww. It's all right. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
So hey, Rolling Stones trivia was interesting. First of all, we were thinking ahead of time, and I'm like, I could probably name about 10 Rolling Stone songs if I had to. She did not play any of the popular ones. She did not play Satisfaction. She did not play Paint It Black. She did not play Honky Tonk Woman.
Wild Horses.
She didn't play Start Me Up. It was like stuff I had not
No one's
heard
ever
of. But somebody got like 15, so that was
They
amazing.
heard of them. Yeah, that was
Anyway.
brutal.
Woof, that was the worst trivia so far. That was worse than any lightning we've ever done.
I still appreciate the trivia and the fact that she
Yeah.
tries to make it hard. And the thing on here is nobody cheats. It's so nice. You just know if somebody says they won, they won.
True. All right, let's jump into dinner, and then y'all, good night. I think there was a comedian up front tonight. Today's video feels like it's been long enough. We are not going to throw it back to any other show, so let's go ahead and talk about food. We both actually got the seafood deviled eggs.
So you get an entire egg cut in half. One half has crab meat and the other has like smoked salmon on top. Really good.
Delightful. Yeah, we've just had this menu fairly
We did.
recently because there is a giant arancini, which I know I ate on Fairy Tale Night. Super cheesy. Like, I think this one had more cheese than ever before, just like me. But great overall. Hot, and I love a cheese ball. There is it's a chicken.
It is Parmesan crusted chicken with mashed potatoes and veggies. I thought it was going to be like a big chicken breast, but it was like chicken strips, like on the kids menu. But it was really good, very like homey feeling. It had like a honey mustard dressing on the top. Very tasty.
Good deal, homie. I had the smoked pork tenderloin, which I think is a fancy way of kind of saying ham. It tasted like a nice pink ham. There is potatoes, there is sauerkraut, there is gravy, there's broccoli, there's like frizzly-frazzly vegetables on top. Great flavor, well cooked, yum yum, loved it. There's the veggie bowl, which is cauliflowers and eggplants, and it tasted like cauliflowers and eggplants.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't even know what the seasonings were, but they were great. You had cinnamon rice pudding.
Yeah, I love rice pudding, and I typically will order it if it's on the menu, and this one was really, really good.
Nice. You know, you can tell we're ready to turn this
I'm
off and go to
so
bed, can't you? Cheese plate. Cheese was on a plate, and it tasted like a plate. It was great. Y'all, it's late, so good night.
I was going to think of something to rhyme.
That's it. Yeah, we're
Go
done.
to bed, my mate.
Okay. Come on, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye sometime.
It'll be great.
Good night.